Screen is visible or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, great.
Yes,
So,
sir.
what we are discussing in the previous session is we are discussing about different types of the studies. I am jumping directly to that slide, right? And let us have a that discussion. Yes. So, from we are discussing about is different engineering surveys that is required for a road alignment, right? So first and foremost thing, what you can refer is map study, right? So number one thing is you need to check out the map, okay? आपको सबसे पहले मैप उस जगह का लेके आना होगा, ठीक है, जहाँ पे आप हाईवे कंस्ट्रक्ट करना चाहते हैं, right? Another thing is you should have a rough estimate of the cost, right, of the all the detailed relevant aspect of road alignment and construction and maintenance point of view. So the thing is that we have we have discussed about the map study, right? Now in that map study, we have understand the importance of the contour lines, right? Importance of the contour lines. So why we require a contour map before going for the road alignment or before going for the setting out a road alignment, right? Then another map required is topographical map. So here you can see topographical map is required to understand the different natural features. Here you can see the natural features. Is there any river is there? If that area is in hilly terrain, right? So all these natural as well as artificial features you can identify from the topographical map, right? So this is works based on the concept of the Google Map. You can simply you have a Google Map in your mobile phone, right? And what does it shows? It shows the different features, right? So that Google Map will help you to find out the different features, and based on that you can easily identify the rivers, hilly terrain, or road geometry or road distance. Okay, so you need to keep satellite mode on. Okay, so in that Google Map you just turn on your satellite mode, then what does the map shows? That is referred as a topographical map. Now that Google Map showing the topographical map is not accurate, right? Not accurate in a sense that is not, it cannot be used for the engineering purpose, right? The scale you required for a topographical map, it is mentioned over here, right? We have already discussed about that things. Now the second point, okay, second point, that is reconnaissance survey, right? So in that reconnaissance survey, here you can see the different important aspect that you need to take care about uh, to construct a road, right? So number one, what you need to check, first of all, you need to check for whether this is map is new or old. That means map updating, right? So to confirm the feature indicated on the map, तो आपको सबसे पहले ये चेक करना पड़ेगा कि आपके पास जो मैप आया है, ठीक है, आपने जो मंगवाया है वो नया है कि पुराना है। अगर पुराना है तो आपको वापस से साइट पे जाके चेक करना पड़ेगा कि कितना चेंज हुआ है, राइट? सो दैट इज कम्स अंडर द रिकॉग्नाइजेंस सर्वे, and reconnaissance means rough, right? You can simply say the rough work or rough survey, so that you have a basic overview of that region. So first and foremost thing, you need to check for the map, whether it is map is old or new. If your map is prepared in 2015, that is okay. Still you need to go for the site visit, but the margin of error will be less. आर यू गेटिंग दिस और नॉट? समझाई છે? मीत कवार, am I not audible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Audible.
સમજાય છે હું શું કહું છું?
हाँ सर.
Okay. So if you have any kind of doubt, you can just raise your hand. Okay. So we will see that and we will discuss your point also, right? If you have any kind of doubt, please ask. Okay. Because a smallest of the query can resolve your biggest of your doubt, you can say, right? आपको डाउट होगा तभी आप कुछ समझने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, ऐसा होता है. So what you require to go and check, number one, in the office you will find out the map updating. Then you need to check for the number of cross DNA structures. मान लीजिए आपका ये अलाइनमेंट आपको इस तरह से ले जाना है, ठीक है, तो उसमें कितने स्ट्रक्चर इसको क्रॉस कर रहे हैं, कट कर रहे हैं. मान लीजिए यहाँ पे पाइपलाइन जा रही है, राइट, अदर स्ट्रक्चर, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, यहाँ पे कोई ब्रिज बना हुआ है, राइट, रेलवे ब्रिज है, रेल टू रोड क्रॉसिंग है, पाइपलाइन टू अलाइनमेंट रोड क्रॉसिंग है. So you need to check the number of crossing. So you require to optimize this number. मान लीजिए अभी यहाँ पे 5 क्रॉसिंग है अलग अलग, 5 crossings are there, right? So what you need to take care, you need to reduce this number to avoid the cost, to pop up with the cost factor, right? So a number of cross drainage you need to check. This comes under the reconnaissance survey. And then if you are living in the area that flood may be occur in a regular interval, let us say in case of Gujarat, Surat is there, right? Then if you go for the northern side, you will find a Bihar, right? So the chances of the flood are very more. You can say the frequency of the flood are very high. So in that region, you need to check for the highest flood level. This can be asked in the any kind of government exam or any kind of competitive exam. Highest flood level. Why do we require the highest flood level? We required a highest flood level to set the road alignment level. आपको मालूम होगा कि आपका जो नॉर्मल रोड है, ठीक है, आपके घर के पास जो रोड है, लोकल स्ट्रीट्स है, उसका लेवल जो है वो आपके मेन हाईवे से डाउन होगा. यस और नो?
यस
क्लियर?
सर.
ठीक है. उसके बाद आप एक और आगे जाएंगे, स्टेप एक और लेवल बढ़ाएंगे, तो आपका रोड का जो लेवल है, नेशनल हाईवे है, स्टेट हाईवे है, उसका रोड का लेवल जो है उससे ज्यादा रोड उससे ज्यादा लेवल होगा रेलवे लाइन का. तो आपका मतलब सीधा सीधा ये मतलब आप निकाल सकते हैं कि आपकी रेलवे लाइन जो होगी वो रोड से ऊपर होगी, ठीक है, उसका लेवल जो है ऊपर होगा रेलवे का. क्यों? वाई वी रिक्वायर a higher level for the railways? Anybody?
हेलो सर.
Yes.
सर रेलवे का जो होता है लेवल, वो तो सर रोड के लेवल में ही होता है. ये उसका प्लेटफॉर्म सर लेवल पे हाई पे होता है.
क्या बोल रहे हैं आप?
सर रेलवे का जो प्लेटफॉर्म है वो हाई लेवल पे रोड के लेवल से अधिक होती है सर. और जो है सर ये पटरी के लेवल जो होती है वो सर रोड के लेवल में ही होता है मेरे अंदाज से सर. सही है?
आप जो है, हाँ, वो उसके चांसेस जो है रेयर केस में होते हैं, ठीक है. पटरी का जो लेवल होता है ना, कहीं पे भी आप देखना, ऑब्जर्व करना कि जहां पे क्रॉसिंग हो रही है, ठीक है, जहां पे लेवल क्रॉसिंग है वहां पे सेम लेवल पे आ जाएगा. जैसे कि मान लीजिए इधर रोड जा रहा है ना, और रेलवे जो है आपको क्रॉस कर रहा है ऐसे, राइट, तो तभी वो एक लेवल में होंगे, यानी कि क्रॉसिंग के टाइम एक लेवल पे होंगे. बाकी सारी जगह पे क्या होगा नॉर्मली, आपका रोड जो है, दिस इज योर रोड लेट अस से, और दिस इज योर रेलवे, राइट. तो क्रॉसिंग के टाइम सेम लेवल पे आएगा. अदरवाइज मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस यू विल फाइंड दैट रेलवे लाइंस जो है उसका लेवल जो है नॉर्मल रोड लाइन रोड जो रोड है नेशनल हाईवे स्टेट है उससे ज्यादा होता है। क्यों? क्योंकि एक तो है कि इमरजेंसी सिचुएशन में हमें मास मूवमेंट अगर करवानी हो तो हम रोड से नहीं जाएंगे, बाय रेल जाएंगे। ठीक है, तो मान लीजिए सपोज कहीं पे फ्लड आया है, ठीक है, और वहां पे हमें रॉ मटेरियल पहुंचाना है, फूड पैकेट पहुंचाने हैं, आर्मी की मूवमेंट करनी है, तो उस समय क्या है कि आपका रोड पे अगर पानी है तो रेलवे जो है आपकी फंक्शनिंग होनी चाहिए। ठीक है, रेलवे जो पटरी है उसका लेवल हाई होगा तभी तो वो पानी सारा रोड पे रहेगा। ये सुनो, तो जो है आपका मूवमेंट जो है वो सेफ होगा। अदरवाइज क्या हो जाएगा कि रेल की पटरी जो अगर नीचे होगी, रोड के लेवल पे होगी, तो आप बाय रेल भी सामान ट्रांसफर नहीं कर पाएंगे। आर गेटिंग दिस और नॉट?
यस सर।
सो इन केस ऑफ इमरजेंसी सिचुएशन, अभी मैं आपको और बताता हूँ लेवल किसका किसका ज्यादा हो। एक लेवल आगे हम बढ़ते हैं तो रेलवे जो है, रेलवे की जो लाइन है उससे आपका हेलीपैड का लेवल या फिर आपका रनवे जो है, एयरपोर्ट का जो रनवे है उसका लेवल ज्यादा होता है। और आर्मी के बेस कैंप जो होते हैं उसका लेवल जो है सबसे हाईएस्ट होता है। मैं वर्टिकल लेवलिंग की बात कर रहा हूं, है ना, एलिवेशन में। ठीक है, मान लीजिए ये रोड का लेवल है, तो उससे थोड़ा सा ऊपर जो है आपका रेलवे का होगा। ठीक है, उससे थोड़ा ऊपर जो है आपका रनवे का होगा, और आर्मी बेस कैंप के जो रोड होते हैं उसका होगा। राइट, तो ये हम एलिवेशन, जैसे कि मान लीजिए इसका एलिवेशन 100 मीटर है, तो इसका ऐसा हो सकता है 107 मीटर हो, और या फिर 103 भी हो सकता है, और 105 मीटर में। तो जीरो यहाँ पे होगा, नीचे 00 ऐसा। MSL आप जो पढ़ते हैं उसकी मैं बात कर रहा हूँ रेलवे स्टेशन पे। ठीक है, मीन सी लेवल। सो what you need to take care about, you need to take care about all the emergency situations, right? अगर आपका रोड बंद होता है, ठीक है, तो आपकी रेलवे लाइंस चालू होनी चाहिए, यानी कि आप बाय रेल किसी भी सामान को पहुंचा सकते हैं। ठीक है, क्यों? क्योंकि उसका लेवल हायर है। ठीक है, और मान लीजिए कुछ जगह आपकी रेलवे लाइन भी नहीं है, बह गई है। ठीक है, सो एट दैट टाइम हेलीकॉप्टर विल हेल्प यू, द एयरपोर्ट्स, ओके, एंड द एयरक्राफ्ट विल हेल्प यू अलॉट। ओके, फूड पैकेट जो है आपके रीजन में ऊपर से फेंके जाते हैं। ठीक है, so at that time we need to understand about the reconnaissance survey. So highest flood level, you need to measure the highest flood level. ये हाईएस्ट फ्लड लेवल हम कैसे मेजर करेंगे? चलो सिंपल कॉमन सेंस। आपको फ्लड का डेटा कहाँ से मिलेगा पहले तो ये बताइए। एनीबडी, केवल दवे? ओके, सुजाल? ओके, क्विकली रिस्पॉन्ड।
सर हेलो।
यस सुजाल, 6 આન્સર તમારી પાસે? ફ્લડ લેવલ આપણે કેવી રીતે માપી શકીએ? પાર્થ?
સર અહીંયા આપેલું હોય એના મેજર કરવા માટેની સ્કેલ.
नहीं, मेथड पूछू छू। स्केल तो है, राइट, स्केल इज देयर, बट हाउ विल यू आइडेंटिफाई द हाईएस्ट फ्लड लेवल, हाई फ्लड लेवल? व्हाट वी रिक्वायर्ड इज, वी रिक्वायर्ड HFL, हाईएस्ट फ्लड लेवल। खुशी?
સર આઈડિયા નથી. સી લેવલ ઉપરથી.
No. Okay, fine. So संतोष आप बता पाएंगे? Yes, we have a two hand.
इसका डाटा जो है हमको डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट हर एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट में होता है सर, वहाँ से हम इसका डाटा में कर सकते हैं कि सर इस एरिया में सबसे अधिक बाढ़ आती है, फ्लड आती है और इसकी लेवल
Right.
कैसी होती है।
कौन सी संस्था की मदद ले सकते हैं इसमें?
सर कहू
यस कृपाल.
इसमें सर
एनडीआरएफ
गवर्नमेंट
सर
यस कृपाल.
सर एनडीआरएफ
ओके.
एसडीआरएफ सर स्टेट માટેનું
ओके. Then okay, Jainab.
સર જ્યારે ફ્લડ આવે ને ત્યારે ફાયર બ્રિગેડ વાળા પણ આપણે હેલ્પ કરી શકે. અને સર ફ્લડ નું લેવલ આપણે માપવું હોય ને તો સર ઇનિશિયલ સ્ટેજમાં માપવું હોય ને જ્યારે, તો સર આપણે ડેમ્સ ની વોલ હોય ને સર, આપણે ગેટ્સ ના નીચે જે વોલ હોય એના ઉપર સર એ લોકો ઓલું સ્કેલ જેવું હોય, તો એમાં જયારે એનું હાઈએસ્ટ લેવલ આવે ને સર, તો આપણે ત્યારે ખબર પડી શકે કે હવે ફ્લડ આવવાની શક્યતા છે. અને આપણે રેન કેટલો પડે છે ને વરસાદ મોન્સૂન સીઝનમાં,
ये
તો
કઈ
એના
જગ્યાએથી
ઉપરથી
મળે?
પણ આપણે ખબર
કયો
પડે.
ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટ છે?
સોરી સર.
If you require a data of rainfall of a particular
હા
region, so from which department you will get that data?
સર
We have
આપણે ઓલો વેધર ફોરકાસ્ટિંગ ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટ.
weather forecasting is there, right? બીજા કોઈને યાદ છે? આ બધી વસ્તુ કનેક્ટેડ છે. જો these all things are connected with each other.
સર ઈસીડીએમ માં આવ્યું હતું પણ
Yes,
નામ એનું
definitely. Yes, yes.
exact યાદ નથી.
ચલો. So you can identify that data from IMD, Indian Meteorological Department, right? So you have a list out of that website also with you, okay? So from that you will easily find that how much rainfall is there, right? And based on that they have the readings. They are observing the readings you can simply say in decades. You can say, let us say in first 10 years what will be the highest flood level? This feet, x amount of feet, you can say. Then in next 10 years plus 10, what is the highest? So by calculating over the 50 years, we require a 50 years of data at least, right? So मान लीजिए if you are going for the road alignment setup or highway construction, right? So for that you required a reconnaissance survey. In that you need to go for the IMD department and ask them, right, to give us the data regarding the HFL, highest flood level. So they will simply go to that data archive, database में जाएंगे और वहां से वो पिछले 50 सालों का जो है डेटा निकल के आपको दे देंगे कि सर ये लीजिए, आप जो है इसका यूज कर सकते हैं. So that is the case, right? So we are observing, this is minimum required, right? Minimum requirement is 50 years. You can go up to the 100 years also. ठीक है, आप ऐसे पूछ सकते हैं कि सर पिछले 100 साल में सबसे बिगेस्ट जो है, मतलब बिगेस्ट इन सेंस आप हाइट में मेजर करेंगे डेफिनेटली. सो सबसे बड़ी बाढ़ कब आई थी और उसका लेवल क्या था, वो दैट यू कैन इजीली आइडेंटिफाई, राइट? सो मेथड इज दैट you need to wait for very long period, right? So 50 years, it is a very having a huge amount of data. So you need to check for the highest flood level, whether that area are flood prone or not, right? Another thing, confirming the length and values of the gradient as per the Indian road congress standards, IRC codes, right? You need to check for the soil characteristics. You are learning about that things also. Okay, I think soil mechanics subject is there.
Yes, sir.
So that is a part of reconnaissance survey in the road alignment. Another thing is geological features. That means rock, different types of the rocks available in that region, right? In the hardness and strength of that rock also, they basically, you can simply say the uh, igneous rocks, all this kind of data you require, right? And you need to prepare a report after the reconnaissance survey, merit or demerit. There will be advantages and disadvantages, pros on cons of the given road alignment. I think we have selected one. इसमें हमने क्या किया था, कंट्रोल मैप से हमने 3 रास्ते जो है ऐसे निकाले थे. आई थिंक वी हैव दैट डेटा आल्सो. Just a minute, right? Yes, this. So we have 3 or 4 best possible routes, and out of these 3 or out of these 4, we have selected any one, right? Based on our experience, we have marked up points on it. We have identified the route from 3 different options. So now after selecting that route, okay, after selecting that route, you need to go for the, you need to check for the, these all features, geological features, soil characteristics, length and values of the gradient as per the Indian standard codes, then highest flood level, number of crossing structures are available. Okay, and then you prepare a map that is referred as a reconnaissance survey. Right? So this is a rough survey, you can simply say. Right? Third thing is preliminary survey. Right? So in that survey, what are the main objective of that survey? So in that preliminary survey, you have a route, right? And you have check it out for different aspect. So now your job is to give the basic benefit to cost ratio or topography, details of the drainage and soils, comparative studies, right? So I am just reading out these things. If you have any kind of doubt, you can just ask me. Okay, this is the simple thing you can easily understand. So what is there in the preliminary survey? So to survey the alternative alignment proposed after the reconnaissance survey and to collect all the necessary physical information and detail of the topography, drainage along with the soil condition. तो आपको सबसे पहले ये चेक करना पड़ेगा कि आपने जो रूट सिलेक्ट किया है उसमें से आप सारी डिटेल्स यानी कि टोपोग्राफी कैसी होगी, ड्रेनेज कंडीशन जो है, सोइल की कंडीशन जो है, जियोलॉजिकल फीचर जो है वो आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे. Then you need to compare the different proposals, right? Option 1, 2, 3, right? So to compare the different proposals available, options available, and you need to go for the good road alignment, right? Good road. What are the criteria for the good road alignment? Anybody?
Safe, short, easy, and economical.
So your alignment, your road alignment should be safe, should be short, should be easy. That means in comfort level, right? And economical. So you need to check for all these 4 criteria and select any route, any one route, right? You just select any one route. This is a cycle you can simply. First of all, you have a 4 option. Out of that 4, you have selected 2 routes, let us say. And now we are checking for the good road alignment. And based on that criteria, we are going to identify one route, right? So that is the case. Then now your job is to estimate the different quantities of the earthwork, right? And other construction aspect to work out the cost of the alternative proposals. अब जो है आप क्या करेंगे, ये 2 रूट है तो उसकी कॉस्ट निकालेंगे, कॉस्ट ऑफ द कंस्ट्रक्शन C1 and C2, right? और बेनिफिट टू कॉस्ट रेशियो जो है आप कंपेयर करेंगे, यानी कि B1 डिवाइड बाय C1, इट मीन एंड अनदर ऑप्शन you have a B2 divided by C2, benefit to cost ratio. So you are going to select any one route based on this analysis, benefit to cost ratio, right? I think you are aware about the benefit to cost ratio. कौन बताएगा? उमेश कुमार है?
यस सर।
हाँ, आप बताइए बेनिफिट टू कॉस्ट रेशियो क्या होता है? नहीं पता?
सर
ऋत्विक,
યસ સર.
બેનિફિટ ટુ કોસ્ટ
સર
રેશિયો?
બેનિફિટ વધારેમાં વધારે હોવું જોઈએ ને કોસ્ટ જે ઇકોનોમિકલ હોવું જોઈએ.
Right, you are right. So after comparing the different options available, right, you are going to finalize the best alignment. You are going to finalize the best alignment from all the consideration. So preliminary survey तक आपने सिर्फ रूट फिक्स किया, राइट? बेस्ट अलाइनमेंट जो है आपने आइडेंटिफाई किया, बेस्ड ऑन दैट यू आर गोइंग टू कंस्ट्रक्ट ए रोड on that particular route, right? So now you need to go for the detailed survey. So we are at the fourth stage, right? These two things we had already discussed. So first of all, you require a map. Based on the map, you can mark the probable location, probable obligatory points through which our alignment will pass. And you have a certain options, right? So let us say you have a three options. So based on the reconnaissance survey and preliminary survey, you are selecting a best suitable road alignment based on the data that you have available. Okay. So after selecting any one route, we will go for the detailed survey. Now original work starts. So that detailed survey includes, you can see here, you need to go at a particular location, particular site. You need to check out the different parameters, okay, to finalize that road alignment. So first thing is, after fixing that route, you need to go for the ground survey. That means geological features, soil survey, soil characteristics and all the relevant data is, okay. Safe bearing capacity, okay. Aware છો આનાથી? Safe bearing capacity એટલે શું? ચલો. What do you mean by safe bearing capacity? What is the concept? Anand Joshi?
यस सर।
Soil survey, if we are going for a soil survey, you require a safe bearing capacity. So what do you mean by safe bearing capacity? Santosh?
यस सर।
बताइए आप।
सर ये बेरिंग कैपेसिटी में ऐसा कर सकते हैं कि उस जगह पे कितना वो, सपोज अगर हम सर उस जगह कोई हैवी यूज करना चाहता, कोई हैवी ट्रक को यूज करना चाहता, उस एरिया की सोयल कैपेसिटी है या नहीं, रजिस्ट कर सकता है या नहीं, वो हमको चेक करना होगा। सोयल की बेरिंग कैपेसिटी चेक करनी होगी।
Okay, so the
Right,
simple, okay, so simple funda is that in the mathematics subject you are checking for left hand side is equal to right hand side, right? Yes or no? Okay, let us say the function is given, fx is given, and certain conditions are given, and the equation is given. So you are trying to you are trying to solve by using this left hand side. Let us say the function having the equation and which is equal to the three value. That means Your answer should be 3. So similar manner, the load coming from the proper direction of our structure should be resisted by the soil, right? So the load P below the ground, right? So that is referred as the capacity of the soil, right? So here you can consider that this load, downward side load in the Newton or kilonewton, you can say in tons also, that should be equal or more than that, right? So the upward force should be more than the downward force or equal to that also. So that is the basic soil survey. Then hydrological studies, that means groundwater conditions, right? Then flood levels, okay? Then period of the construction, okay? So you need to decide for the, you can simply say that the weathering condition of that region, right? Then detailed survey includes the present and future traffic. This is very important for a road alignment, right? So if you have any kind of doubt, you can ask me, okay? Then structure design, very important. STD1, STD2, right? Structure design most. So here comes the role of the mechanics of solid, right? Then another structure concept, right? Structure design. Then construction methods, different construction methods, okay? Total cost of the construction. You can add on the maintenance cost also, and return on your investment. It is nothing but that is your benefit to cost ratio. कि आपने जितना इन्वेस्ट किया है रोड कंस्ट्रक्ट करने में उतना रिटर्न आपको कब मिले, कितने सालों में मिल रहा है, ठीक है? सो दैट इज योर रिटर्न इन टर्म्स ऑफ द कॉस्ट, इन टर्म्स ऑफ द बेनिफिट्स आल्सो. So these are the different surveys that you need to carry out for the road alignment setup. Clear? Any doubt?
अच्छा जी, ये पीरियड ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्शन को एक बार रिपीट कर.
Period of construction is, you can simply say the duration, okay, in time.
जैसे वो कोई भी वर्क कितना दिन में कंप्लीट हो, ऐसा कर सकता है पीरियड ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्शन.
और वेदरिंग कंडीशन भी आपको समझना, ठीक है? वेदरिंग कंडीशन, period, total time of the construction along with the condition, weathering condition. Clear? So after surveying this, right, you will have a perfect road alignment. You cannot say the perfect, but we will utilize the optimum. Okay, you are selecting from the best. The option you have available, you are identifying any one option from that. So that is based on these 4 surveys. Now in examination, I can ask in detail that you need to explain the map study in detail or write a short note on a map study for a road alignment. Okay, or explain the detailed survey to setting out the road alignment for a highway. So these are your questions. Okay. Apart from that, I have uploaded the assignments, 2 assignments in your e-content, right? So the deadline is I think 19th April. Okay, तो आपको गूगल क्लासरूम में वो दोनों के दोनों असाइनमेंट्स जो है आपको 19th अप्रैल से पहले सबमिट करना है, ठीक है? आप चेक कर लेना. So now we are discussing about the pavement. Okay, हमने क्या किया? रूट फिक्स कर दिया. Sir, we will move from A location to B location via this route. ठीक है, आपने ये रूट फिक्स कर लिया. Now we are going to construct that road. Okay. So which material we are going to use? Okay. Which type of payment we required? Okay. In the starting of the semester, I have explained you need to remember these two words: flexible payment and rigid payment. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about that flexible payment and rigid payment. Okay. So it is a part of a planning, you can simply say. Right. So whenever you are thinking about a highway planning or highway construction, highway maintenance, so payment is the important factor. The type of payment you are going to construct, what kind of material you are using to construct a road. So that is all very that all are important aspects of the payment. So pavement is nothing but, here you can see, it is a hard and a smooth surface or a layer, right? So pavement means it is a hard smooth surface or a layer that will form a road carriageway or a artificial airfield runway, or you can simply, this is the another example, or the vehicle park or other paved areas. So basically, the when you are defining a pavement, it is, you can simply say that it is a smooth hard surface so that we can travel on that to reach a particular destination, right? Or you can simply say that a layer, a hard layer on which we are going to move to reach a particular destination, right? So that is the payment. So here you can see we have a two different types of the payment, right? So first one is the flexible payment, second one is the rigid payment. So here you can see the road near our main gate of the Marwad University, you can say, is considered as a flexible payment, right? आप जब गेट के बाहर जाते हो तो आपको जो रोड दिखता है वो बिटुमिनस सरफेस है, बिटुमिन का बना हुआ है, ठीक है। तो वो जो रोड है आपका फ्लेक्सिबल पेमेंट है। जब आप कैंपस में एंटर होते हो, ठीक है, कैंपस में एंटर होते ही जो रोड आपको दिखता है जहां पे आप चल के आप मेन बिल्डिंग तक पहुंचते हो, दैट इज कंसिडर एज ए रिजिड पेमेंट। तो आपके दोनों के जो फोटोग्राफ है आपके सामने ही है। सो दिस इज रिफर्ड एज ए फ्लेक्सिबल पेमेंट which is constructed by the bitumen. It is a waste product of the petroleum industry, you can say. And the rigid payment is constructed by cement concrete, right? Cement concrete or RCC, right? Reinforced cement concrete. So in that you will find the roads are available. Roads, that means steel bars, right? And the cement is used as per the required proportion. So I think you need to write down these two words. There are mainly two types of the payment. Is one is the flexible payment, second is the rigid payment, right? तो पेमेंट क्या होता है आपको पता चल गया कि पेमेंट एक हार्ड स्मूथ सरफेस है, ठीक है, जिसपे हम ट्रैवल करके एक जगह से दूसरी जगह हम जाएंगे, हम डेस्टिनेशन तक पहुंचेंगे, ठीक है। देन मेनली we have a two types of the payments. Number one is flexible payment, second one is the rigid payment. तो आपको ये याद रखना है। अब मैं आपको थोड़ा टेक्निकल क्वेश्चन पूछ लेता हूँ, ठीक है। द क्वेश्चन इज, जो रेलवे लाइन है हमारी, ठीक है, वो भी तो एक स्मूथ सरफेस आप कह सकते हैं, ठीक है। रेलवे लाइन जो है हमारी वो भी तो एक स्मूथ सरफेस है, उसका भी यूटिलाइजेशन हम एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाने के लिए करते हैं, ठीक है। अगर गुड्स मूवमेंट करनी है, मास में पीपल्स की मूवमेंट करनी है, तो हम रेलवे प्रेफर करते हैं। सो कैन एनीबडी जस्टिफाई that that railway line across our country is the which time of payment? रेलवे लाइन जो है वो कौन सी टाइप की पेमेंट है? सोच के समझ के बताना। रोल नंबर लिख दीजिए आप फटाफट।
सर रिजिड।
ओके, वाई? वहां तो कंक्रीट नहीं है।
तो रिजिड पेमेंट कह सकते हैं क्योंकि उसमें कंक्रीट का यूज होता है सर।
हाँ
સર રિજિડ હશે
સર એમાં
કે સર
જોઈન્ટ્સ
ઓલા
આવે ને
સ્લીપર્સ નો
એટલે
હોય ને સ્લીપર
એટલે રિજિડ બીકોઝ
one
એમાં
by one,
જોઈન્ટ્સ આવે.
one by one, so I can understand your answer, I can listen
સર
your
એના
answer.
જે
Tell
ઓલા
you, yes.
સ્લીપર હોય ને એ બનાવેલા હોય એના એટલે
Slipper.
રિજિડ પેમેન્ટ ના બનેલા હોય.
Okay. Railway slippers જે છે, that is okay, that's why you are referring that as a rigid payment. Okay. ચલો બીજું કોઈ છે કે જેને ફ્લેક્સિબલ લાગતું હોય? Very important question, huh? Very important question. That can be asked in your interview. Interview of
Sir.
UPSC, interview of UPSC, whatever.
સર તે જ્યાં જ્યાં સર રેલવે સ્ટેશન ને રેલવે લાઈન ગઈ હોય ને તે જ જગ્યાએ જઈ શકે સર.
No, no, I'm not asking about the disadvantages or advantages of that railway line. I am simply asking that you have an idea what is the flexible payment, what is the rigid payment? મારવાડીના ગેટની બહાર જે રોડ છે સ્ટેટ હાઈવે, that is flexible payment. In our campus we have a rigid payment. બે વસ્તુ clear? Now tell me what about the railway lines?
फ्लेक्सिबल पेमेंट होगा सर।
क्यों फ्लेक्सिबल पेमेंट क्यों होगा?
फ्लेक्सिबल पेमेंट का कहना है कि ये जब लेंथ अधिक हो सर तो उसमें फ्लेक्सिबल पेमेंट का ही यूज कर सकते हैं सर। होगा
आपका क्राइटेरिया क्या है कि लेंथ अगर ज्यादा है, ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
तो आप फ्लेक्सिबल पेमेंट के लिए जाएंगे क्योंकि हमें कॉस्ट ऑफ द कंस्ट्रक्शन, ठीक है, ओके।
Yes, sir.
तो हमारे
सर
पास दोनों
उसमें
आंसर
सर
आए।
रेलवे में है ना सर, उसमें वेट ज्यादा होता है और ज्यादा वेट वाला वो फ्लेक्सिबल पे यूज किया जाता है।
अच्छा, वेट फैक्टर इज ऑल्सो देयर, ओके। चलो आना सिवाय, ओके, वी हैव ए बोथ आंसर। कुछ लोग बोल कि सर वो रिजिड होगा क्योंकि स्लीपर्स में जो है हम कंक्रीट यूज करते हैं, और कुछ लोग कह रहे हैं फ्लेक्सिबल है क्योंकि वेट है एक फैक्टर है, लेंथ ऑफ द रेलवे ट्रैक इज अ फैक्टर, ओके। कोई दूसरा, एनीबडी? So I'm giving you the answer. Whenever you are discussing about the railway track, right? So it can be referred as a railway track is introducing the third type of the payment. Mainly there are two, okay, but railway track you can consider as a flexo rigid. I'm writing it here, flexo F. We are taking the advantage of the flexible payment as well as rigid also. So this can be asked in an interview question. ઓકે, શું કહેવાય એ ફ્લેક્ઝો રિજિડ બંને ભેગું. આપણે લાંબુ ડિસ્ટન્સ જવું છે અને વજન પણ વધારે છે, વેટ નોર્મલી શું હોય? ઓકે, rigid payments are constructed for the short distance only and the flexible payments are constructed for the long distance. We will see in detail also in next lecture also. Then rigid payment can take heavy loads, right? Okay, or it can, you can compare it like that also. Okay, flexible payment जो है, right? So in terms of the weight also, डेफिनेट थिंग है कि आपका जो रिजिड पेमेंट है वो ज्यादा वेट ले पाएगा, तो इसकी कैपेसिटी ज्यादा होगी, ठीक है। सो वी विल डिफरेंशिएट दिस टू पेमेंट्स and based on that differentiation we can simply say that the railway track is, you can say, the hybrid of this both two, flexible and rigid. So that is considered as a flexo rigid payment. Clear? So just note down these things. We have a third type of the payment also, composite. Okay, so you can leave the meeting if you don't have any kind of query. Okay, so write down your roll number and you can leave. धन्यवाद धन्यवाद एक मिनट Jainab, you can leave the meeting. Jainab. You can leave the meeting. Are you there? So might be a network error there, right? So I'm removing you.